attach B2 to BSL2L. That's going to be the length. We'll do the same thing back here. BSL1 to BS1. You attach those two together, these two together. Then you will take your BF, which is the front, the two BF3s, attach those in the side, and you stagger them. This will be the size of your ship. That's your base. Now I'm looking for the W1, 2, 3, and 4, because 1 and 2 will go together. There's a skip B there, and then 3 will go across like this. So I got to find all my parts. I'm looking for them still. There's a 1. The 1s and the 2s go together. And that's what I'm doing now. You're doing the 1s and the 2s. There's little notches here. You want to go in these notches. You want these notches to the inside because the 3 is going to go in between these, notch to notch. And you're going to screw these together right here. Don't screw them together until you get them latched in. So we're going to do that now. So put one side in, bolted it together. On your cross beams, don't bolt those together until you get these in, and then you got to kind of angle it in. It's nice if you have somebody to help you, because these have to all go in those slots before you bolt those down, because it's going to fit exactly, and it's difficult to line it up if you're doing it by yourself. If you have somebody to help you twist one of them in, it makes it a lot easier. As you see, it's made to fit exactly. The W2As on here, you're going to need a second set of hands, because I'm trying to hold this while I'm screwing it, and the wind catches it, it wants to blow it. If it does, it's going to fold your metal and wrinkle it. You don't want that. It already came with a dent in it. So you're going to need a second set of hands, or this is going to just fall over while you're trying to screw it. Got 2 pieces on. They're attached with 4 screws. Then we will do the 2 for the back as well.
That is W2.
US1, this is the US1R. This piece is a GS. So it's basically going to take these 2 pieces and connect them to make them one to go the length of the front. You just have to make sure you make these holes in the right spot, and it's showing holes like so. 3 on the outside, 2 on the outside, and you're going to screw this piece together. So when you're putting these screws in up here, on the piece that comes across, you use these rubber backings, plastic backings. You put 2 here, 2 here, and 1 in the piece that holds this bar together. So what we got here, this is 10L, this is 10R. What they did is they had all these ones together, so you don't have to separate them, because I was having trouble finding them, because I didn't realize that's what they did. Then you're going to have on this side number 11, number 9, and this side number 11. Keep in mind, this is the front of our shed, this is not the back. This is the back, and this is the front. This is not our front. So if you're looking at it head on, your right side is going to be 11, your left side is going to be 9. That's why I said this is 10L, it's my left. I'm looking at the shed. This is 10R. So you see we got the 11 and the 9, the 10, then this piece on the front. The corners are done. We're going to go back through and check anything that's loose, tighten it up, and then we're going to go and start putting the rest of the pieces on. So you got your ULA and then URA. What they are is your left and right angles. I'm at the front. This is my UR1. You see I got the UL1 in. When you put these on the front, make sure you follow the instructions. Put these 2 screws in, but do not put this one yet, because you're going to be putting a screw in right here. So you need to have access to that. Otherwise, you just have to take the screw out, but this saves you a step. When you're putting these in, they have a clip on them. So you're going to have to angle this and kind of slide it into place because it's made to fit perfectly and snug. And as you see, I didn't tighten down the one here on the end because I knew I was going to have to put a screw in. So it's still a little loose. And then I'll put the screws in, and then I'll tighten it. So you should have 7 W1As. 3 are going to go across this back, 2 closest to the back, 2 on that side closest to the back, so total 7. 3, 2, and 2. And they're going to start filling in these holes. So if you see what we did, we spun this around. That way if we're working in the dark, we have to turn the light on, we can see what we're doing. We've got the back done, you see the WAs. We'll put 2 more here, 2 more there, then there's 1 more piece there, 1 more piece there, then we start the doors and the bracing. So this is about 60% done now. Now it's just a matter of screwing stuff together, and as we do it, we'll show you what we're doing. Because the directions aren't really clear, that's why we're trying to make this video to help people out. So, WAs will go across your back, 2 deep here, then you'll have a different piece that will go on the side. And we'll show you those. So as you see, we got that side done. The W1's, the last piece there is a W3SA. It'll look like this right here. It's a small piece. When I put these W1A on, there's going to be 1 small slot about this wide, and it will fill that up, and then the whole bottom will be completed. So these are the 12R and 12L. They technically should be like this. These are going to be the vents. That'll be towards the top of the shed. So the brackets are going to go here and here because the screw's going to go through them. And then L towards the inside, L towards the inside right there. And they will use the F2 bolts, which are these. So you're putting the screws on with the washer, and you're sliding it through. Putting your nut on. The pieces that we just put together are going to go on here on the front, and then these will connect right there so that this roof is angled. And then the only thing we'll have left to do is put on the bracing and the roof. So putting the angles on now, what I did to hold these in place is I put the screw in here, put everything else across, then I would take the screw back out because that screw is supposed to go through all of them. But it's difficult to try to hold this and screw it in at the same time. So it gave me an extra step, but that way I just take it out, put it back in, and it made it easier to, when you have to do the roof, the screws in. The roof numbers are P. You're going to see 2 P2s. The way it's supposed to go is P1, P2, P3, then the second P2. So we're getting ready to finish up tonight. We're going over this roof. This is going to be P1, 2, 3, the other 2, and 4. And as you see, there is no overhang. These are perfectly lined. So you have to line them up, and actually you had to stretch them a little bit to get the holes to line up. They do fit, but it does take some work and some stretching. We'll finish up tomorrow and show you how it ends. So we're finishing the completion of the shed. We moved it over here. Parts 15 and 16 are going to go on the sides here. 1 on each side. Then the 17 and 18, there's 2 of each. We're going to go like this. Here on the front. And then when you do it, you're going to put this little box here on the top of it. So it will go like this. It will look like that. So 15 and 16 are your sides. 17 and 18, there's 2 of each. Are going to be like this. We'll put the box on them. This will cover your sharp edges here, like that. Right there. I'll show it to you when it's done. And then the only thing you got left is your door. Now the screws for these pieces here, there's only 4. 1 for each of these, as you see here. There's 6 of the other ones, and you have the washers for the other pieces to screw together. But for these four, you're only going to have these 4 screws. They're a little bit longer. That's how you can tell the difference. And those are used for these 4 pieces. So basically, you got a 17 and an 18 on the front and the back. That's stops your rain from going inside. You have these corner brackets to hold everything together. 15 and a 16. They're basically the same, but you got to make sure you get the right one on the correct side. And then that'll have your trim all the way around. So this is my left-hand side. The line up here, you want to make sure that you got it straight all the way across. And you're going to put this bolt in. It has a nut on the back side. And these, there's 20s for both doors. They will go onto this. They will hold the door together. And then on the inside, and I'll show you again once it's done, you're going to have a frame that come across like this, and the other one like this on the back side. I'll show you when we're done. That will hold this door and make it solid. These doors are going to be basically the same. They're just opposite sides. You're going to 20 on the top, 20 on the bottom. These DX2s will go angled like this. You'll see the double holes. So that's how you know to line them up. And then these holes here are going to be for your hinges. Here, here, and then you have them on your door. And these doors will basically just slide open and close like that. But now they're nice and sturdy, held together with screws. So you'll see after I'm done, I put the hinges on. Basically the flat side is the inside that needs to go against it. These are not tight yet, because when I mount it to the wall here, I got to make sure that it's not tilted either way. And it's easier to go ahead and get these tight and then adjust these ones after you get the door on. Now we got the hinges on. If you need to, you loosen them up and adjust the door as needed. You won't know till you get the second door. The next part will be these locks. They will be the next part. We got these 2 locks on. Basically, when she closes this door, those will lock inside those, and up here also in the top. So you open your right door to get in. If for some reason you need something bigger out, then you'll go ahead and pull these. That way you only have to they don't just both fly open. You only have one coming open at a time. And see, they're spring loaded. This door is all put together except for the last piece of hardware, which will be right here. And that will be for her phone. So as you see, the hardware is on. Hardware is on. The doors will close. This will lock. This will latch. It does come with a lock, so you can lock it there. And when you're not using it, you can lock it like that so that it doesn't catch. So this is the last little bit. It's going to have this bag of covers. You go through and cover all your screw holes so that there is no safety hazards. And it will also help keep your screws from backing out, and your shed will be complete. There you go. So you can set this to just close one side and lock. If you don't want this side locking, you pull this down, you turn it, and it has a lock so that this will not automatically lock. You pull it down and you turn it back, it goes into the self-locking mode and it locks. That way you don't get a lock.